Had to clean the spiders off of my chair. Now I probably got some pissed off brown recluse right on my buttocks. Yeah, anyway, what is up? How the hell are you guys doing today? This is Bluefoot Homestead. Thanks for checking out this video. I do appreciate it. And yeah, I kind of want to bring up something I was thinking about last night, of course, right? Yeah, I just worked a long week. Glad it's Saturday. Hopefully you guys are glad it's Saturday as well. Get out, have some fun this weekend or whatnot. But yes, finally a break from work. It's been crazy. Now, yeah, one reason it was kind of crazy at work is early Friday morning, as most of you know, we had that IT issue globally. Now, yeah, I'm not sure if I'm exactly buying that. I'm not sure if I'm buying that at all. Now, this could have been SHTF. This could have been the one thing that tipped everything over the edge and really rained a lot of chaos all the way around the world, especially in the United States, because America. We have to have everything perfect all the time, or we bitch and complain about it and all these different things. And yeah, if we lose internet or something like that, yeah, shit's gonna go down in the US. You know, if some other country in Europe or something like that loses internet, yeah, it might get a little bit crazy, but I think they can handle it a little bit better than us. They've been through stuff in the past, you know. But it came out. Now, why was it crazy for work? Well, I work in the logistics business, and I think it was about 2 a.m. is when we got hit, and all computers went down. Now, in the logistics business, if you've seen a UPS driver or something like that, they got a little handheld unit, scan the package, have you sign. We don't do the signatures. I don't. We do. But I don't work in that department. I do something a little bit different, to where I'm moving it from one city shipment to a dock and onto another city's shipment. And then it moves on its way. So it goes from point A to point B to point C to point D, and that's the way all your stuff moves around the country. I think most of you already know that, especially with, you know, tracking shipments and stuff like that. You can see the different checkpoints that a package will go through before it gets to your doorstep. So at about 2 a.m., all systems went down. When all systems went down, not one piece of freight moved. Now, we were able to do a couple things. We kind of cheated the system a little bit, using a little bit of common sense. You know, if I'm in Missouri and there's something going to Florida, we can pretty much get a good idea of the next spot that it's going to go to, and we can keep pushing it along its way. But there's no tracking of it, no paperwork on it, nothing. Now, this IT interruption, a lot of people were coming out saying it was Microsoft. It was not Microsoft. It was a cybersecurity company. CrowdStrike, if you don't know who CrowdStrike is, they are a $600 billion corporation worldwide, very large company that handles high-end, mostly, cybersecurity for big corporations, governments, different things like that. I don't know how much in the government, but I'm sure they're integrated. And I can almost guarantee that they're integrated for something I'm about to say. So they had that IT issue. Okay, they came out and said that it was a bug in an update, and they were quick to remedy the situation, which I will give them that. That makes sense. If it was a bug that came from their company, that affected banks, Microsoft, gas stations, everything else, infrastructure, logistics, and all the kind of important things in the world. They were able to get it fixed. Now, when it first happened, obviously we got our night cut a little bit short. Since we can't do squat, we packed up what we could and hit the road. And at that point, I'm hearing everything's going down. Started doing a quick little research the best I could, and I found one of the first things that popped up regarding this situation. Now, this could be subjective, is it was a state-run cyber network or a cyber group that was taking responsibility for it. And I can't remember the name, and I cannot tell you the name, but it was Fuzzy something. Fuzzy Dragon, Fuzzy Bear, Fuzzy Tiger, Fuzzy something. I forget what it was, but it was Fuzzy something. How they come up with these names, I find it hilarious. It's I don't know. I mean, come up with something a little more badass than Fuzzy Teddy Bear, but hey, to each his own. The Four Horsemen, something like that. Okay, so I'm sitting here editing my video. Bear with me, it's very early in the morning, and I had to put this in because I realized when I was editing the video that I forgot a very important thing that was one of the main topics that I wanted to talk about. Now, after I found the information on the Fuzzy whatever company, and then it started shifting towards, oh, this is just an IT bug, nothing to worry about. I'm like, well, let me go see exactly what that company was and start learning more about this company and what they did. Everything on the internet, Google, websites, it disappeared. You cannot find it anywhere. All of Friday, I wasn't able to find it. I kept looking and looking and looking. I'm like, I know I saw this in Reddit. I don't remember the website that it was, but I saw a couple headlines and I clicked on one and they were taking claim on it and stuff like that. Gone. All of it is gone, disappeared. Off of the internet, out of the cloud, nowhere to be seen. A little bit of a red flag, don't you think? All right, well, let's continue. So then I kind of put it off a little bit. I'm like, okay, holy shit. Okay, this is the thing. If you guys have followed me or watched any of my videos, I am mostly worried about cyber attacks. I think that is the most probable thing that can happen that's going to cause issues to the country and the world over nuclear war, EMPs, or anything like that. So, yes, it is game on. I am on my way home. I am starting to put together a plan for how I'm going to act from here on out. If this is a long-term or permanent situation, what am I going to do? So I started putting together a shopping list, different things that I'm going to get, things that we need to go shopping for, things we need to put in place, filling up the gas, doing all these things, getting ready for the inevitable. Okay. Then a couple hours later, I started looking into it a little bit more and getting the research, and I started getting the information that you guys hear about, read about, and learn about. An IT issue, bug, and an update through the cybersecurity company, not Microsoft and these companies and stuff like that, but they fixed it. It has to be a manual fix. It can't be anything over the do another update type thing, which first red flag. I think if it was something software related, they'd be able to do a fix. Okay, download this new version of it. We'll get everything up and going for you and all that. But they had to do it manually. So it wasn't the norm. Normally software issues, you can manually do it. Now, the second thing is the information is still out there, and some of the first information that I saw is Department of Homeland Security instantly got involved. I'm drawing a blank to the acronym, but it's the Government Cybersecurity Department, like the CISA or CIAS or something like that. Maybe I'll put it up here. They instantly got involved. Now, why did the government instantly jump into this situation? That doesn't sound like a company problem. That sounds like a national security problem. So just like when Russia launched that satellite up into space and put it above our atmosphere, basically, they said, oh yeah, it's nuclear, but nothing to see here. You guys have nothing to worry about. It's not a nuke. But we're really concerned. But you guys don't need to be concerned. Okay, anytime a big situation happens in the United States and the government has any say-so about it, they're going to dumb it down the best that they can, chive on, nothing to see here. They don't want to panic the country. They don't want to upset anybody, of course. But right now, I think this country is right on the verge of cracking. I think people are fed up with things. People are ready to let things loose. And whatever happens in that situation is going to happen. The government doesn't want that. So they're going to dumb it down. I don't think that it was a bug in an update. It could have been, being that they remedied it so fast. But the other side to it is, if it was a cyber attack, you are dealing with the top cyber security company in the world. You are dealing with the top cybersecurity in the government in the world. China might have us beat. China might have us beat. Russia might have us beat. But I think that we have the best cybersecurity in our Defense Department. If they can't do it, nobody can. They could have done it. They could have found the hack that was put into it, the cyber attack. I don't think it was a 0 day. I don't think it was a permanent thing. If it was that easy to find, usually a 0 day or something like that, a serious cyber attack has so many layers that you got to get through that can take years to figure out what was done and how it was done. Like Olympic Games over in Iran, which everybody has studied more than we have studied. So expect something like that in the future. But we're going to be able to find it between the government and CrowdStrike. We're probably going to be able to find it, especially if it was somewhat amateur, even though it was extremely effective. I haven't heard anything about ransoms, so that kind of veers a little bit towards an IT issue. But yeah, I'd say I'm about 50-50 on trusting what the government is telling us and believing what I think could be a possibility, which would be a cyber attack that failed pretty quickly with great repercussions, or they got done what they wanted to get done. Now people don't even realize, like we've been talking about Trump, and I do have to apologize. I'm gonna interview here real quick. I recorded a video on Monday to put out on Wednesday, and it was regarding the sniper, Donald Trump, and all that kind of stuff. A lot of things changed. I started getting some more information. I put out my new views on it. And by the time Wednesday rolled around, actually Tuesday night, so much more came out with what's going on. I mean, everything is just so fast and moving so fast that, you know what, that video is out there in the YouTube world, floating in a dark cloud in space, to probably never be seen, because it is kind of a little bit outdated, even though there are some things in that video that I wanted to say on a side note. Anyway, it's not going to be coming out. I might rehash some of the things that I still want to get out. But yeah, I wanted to get a video out today. And I'll do a different video about the current situations with Donald Trump and stuff like that. I think we're in a revolution of politics right now. The RNC with Donald Trump was pretty mind-blowing. Big changes with attitude and stuff like that. But anyway, as far as the cybersecurity goes, I am just as convinced that it was a cyber attack as it was an IT glitch. And I find it funny that people are saying it's a glitch. It's not a glitch, any way you look at it. But if this was more long-term, if this was more of a permanent situation with what just happened, we were on the brink of SHTF with Donald Trump, if that bullet was a couple millimeters over. Same thing with this situation, but it was done so good to where people are already forgetting about it. Life's getting back to normal. Yeah, no big deal, right? That was a very, very big deal that this happened. Going back to the way I started this, I work in logistics. As far as logistical speed goes, we usually run at about a 10. I think most logistical companies with the same day delivery, just in time delivery and stuff like that, we have to run at a 10. Now, if we have to do everything manually like we did way back in the day, you're going to take it down to a 1 on speed or a 0.5 on speed. Now, let me give you an example. We have the technology everywhere. We have technology in our grocery stores. Picture yourself as a cashier. You can sit there and grab your things, swipe, beep, in the bag, beep, in the bag. Your total is whatever amount of money. Pretty easy process. Okay? I mean, that technology and the lasers have been out for a long time, but let's just say you had to look at the product, look at the SKU number, log the SKU number, match that SKU number to a price, log that price onto a sheet that's going to accumulate into a total price. Get everything, archive all the files of the SKUs that went through the register and that were paid for, bought for P&L in the company. You're going to be a whole lot slower. I mean, that's going to take it down to possibly 1/100th of the speed. Now, logistics, it's a little bit easier. We have things that are more recent than the 60s that was done on paper and things were manually done. So it's not quite that bad, but that should give you a little bit of an example on what a cyber attack can do to logistics, gas, food, absolutely everything that you touch. It wasn't far from a grid down. It's not going to be the same extent as grid down. I'd say it's about halfway between the pandemic and a grid down, maybe 70% of the way up to a grid down. This could have been so big and such a huge problem, not only for the United States, but for the world. Now I'm going to end on this. Another little tidbit that I learned. And of course, nobody talks about this, and it's something that I had to look up. And there might be a little bit more information out there, and you might be able to correct me if I am wrong on this stuff. But the cyber company CrowdStrike is banned in China, not allowed in Russia, and is not in the Middle East. They weren't affected whatsoever. So with that, I will leave you. Hopefully everybody is having a good day. Hopefully everybody has a wonderful weekend. I do appreciate it. I'm going to record another video today. I apologize about wearing the same shirt, but my laundry is outside and it's good to come home from work, throw on a clean t-shirt and do a video for you fine folks without having to go in and disturb the household. So that is why I wear a lot of the same shirts. So I'm not recording 20 videos in a day. Anyway, hope everybody has a good day. I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you very much. Enjoy. I will talk to you guys next time. Peace.